Hi, fourth and fifth graders. It's Miss Keene. Hi. I was just thinking about you and wanted to talk to you about this feeling worried. Raise your hand if you have been feeling worried. It's okay if you've been feeling worried, and it's okay if you haven't. It's a normal time in this world to have a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of those nervous feelings. And I'm going to read a story to you today about feeling worried, and it's called What Do You Do with a Problem? And in this story, we're going to talk about worries and what to do when you have a problem, and when you have something in your mind that you keep worrying and thinking about. And then we're going to talk about a few things that you might try to do when you have a worry or a problem. All right, here we go. What do you do with a problem? Written by Kobe Yamada. I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really don't like having a problem, but it was there. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem? I thought. I wanted to make it go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. I tried ignoring it, but nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallows me up? Look at that big worry. What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this, and I worried about that. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I realized that I had to face it. So even though I didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was. I discovered it had something beautiful inside. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and grow, to be brave, to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. So, what are problems for? They challenge us and they shape us. And in this story, we talk about problems offering us an opportunity, right? So in this story, this young person was really, really worried about what? this problem that he couldn't get control over. So, we're going to talk about three things because right now in our world, we can't get control over this problem, right? The virus and having to stay at home and not getting to be together. And it's causing us problems and lots of worries. For some of us, again, not everybody's feeling worried. Lots of us are tucked home safe and sound. Um, so, we might not be feeling too worried. But if you are, I want to offer you three suggestions. So, the first one is called hand breathing. And hand breathing is when you are taking your hand and you're going to just go up and down with one pointer finger from the other side. And you're going to start with your thumb. And every time you go up, you're going to breathe in. And every time you go down, you're going to breathe out. So can we try that together? Ready? We're going to breathe in and out. Breathe in. Notice how slowly I'm going. And breathing. And breathing exercises like that kind of just slow us down. Because when we worry, our heart beats fast and it can get us all fired up. And we want to kind of slow our breathing down so we can get a hold of ourselves, right? Because we can kind of get really revved up when we start worrying. So, hand breathing is one idea to offer you when you start to get worried. The second idea is to talk about what we can control and what we can't control. In our story, what do we do with a problem? Our young friend was really worried about fixating on things that we can't control and worrying about the future. And I want to offer you this suggestion. You might have learned now that I like to make lists. And this is one list that I've made. So let's start with what we can't control, because there's lots of things that we can't control right now. So we can't control the virus. We can't control the shelter-in-place order or how long it's going to last. And we can't control what's on the news. And we can't control when things are going to start up again, like our favorite sports teams or summer camps. We can't control when those things are going to get the green light to start going again. We can worry about them, but is that going to make our problems bigger or smaller? Probably bigger, right? But here are some things we can control, right? We can control ourselves. I think I've always said this at Peabody. We can only control what we do ourselves. We can't control what other people think or say or do or feel. We can't control our government. We can't control the world. And we can't control this virus. But we control ourselves. We can control washing our hands, eating healthy, exercising, getting outside a little bit, turning off the news or walking away or telling our parents, that's too much for me. I don't want to listen to that right now. And asking for help if we need it. So this is one other thing that we can try. Thinking about what we can control and what we can't. If we spend too much time on this side of the paper, that's when we make our worries bigger. And finally, I have a game to offer you. It's called Count It Out. Now, Count It Out is something that can help us bring us back to the now. And Count It Out is a game that you can play if you find that you are really spiraling and worrying. Count It Out is when you take a few minutes to count the things around you. It's very simple, and you can do it in your house. You can count the birds chirping in the air that you hear. You can count the shoes that are in your room. You can count the number of lights in your house. You can count the Legos in your room. You can count the pictures on the wall. And I find that it helps to just bring you back to a place that is away from the worry, and you can count something that is something other than the worry, and it gets your mind off of the worry. And if you play that game, Count It Out, you can just think of it as a fun game to just get your mind off the worry. So we've talked about three things today that you can do when you are feeling worried. The first thing is hand breathing. You breathe in on the up and out on the down. We talked about thinking about what you can control rather than what you can't control. And then we also talked about um, counting it out, playing the game, counting it out, and counting things around your house, and just using that as a fun game to get your mind off the worry. Worrying is normal. And in this time, a lot of people are finding themselves worrying. But if you can think about these fun ideas and these different tricks to help spend some time on things other than your worry, you might be able to make that worry a lot smaller. And of course, go to your safe grown-ups, and you can always contact me if you need support. I'm here for you. I miss you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.